Welcome back, my Poke people. R9 Beats back yet again with another challenge video. I don't really know why. It seems like that's all you guys want. Is this all I'm good for? One trick f***ing pony? We've done solo Pokemon runs, we've done solo move runs, and we've even done solo Pokemon runs that ended up being races. Hold on just a second before you get carried away there. It was a race. We raced each other. It wasn't a racist. It wasn't like Granny talk about back in the old days. But this time, I think it's time to show some love to the games that I've rushed to beat for the internet so many times before, all while doing one of the most requested runs using the #1 good boy, Arcanine boy to be exact, and the mascot of the channel, Growlithe. Oh, no, not just one good boy. Oh no, ha! We'll be using all the Gen 1 Pokemon Gym Leaders' worst Pokemon. But in this challenge, I'll only be using one of each Gym Leader's worst Pokemon, like Brock's Graveler, Misty's Staryu, Lieutenant Surge's Pikachu, Erika's Tangela, Koga's Coughing, Sabrina's Venomoth, Blaine's Growlithe, and Giovanni's Rhyhorn. But obviously I can't use them all, and Staryu is completely unobtainable in Fire Red, which I obviously knew going into it. I didn't go halfway through the game and then find out when it was too late. Nah, not me.
Yeah, that's a good team. It's a good team.
What? Who's that? Don't you know this is my here video on the YouTube space? Be gone, demon!
R9, it's me, William.
Oh, my bad. Hi, WilliamxSwifty. William is my Gym Link partner, where we took the best gym aces of all time and fully randomized Pokemon auras with Nuzlock's Soul Link rules, or whatever. It's pretty cool, and I assume that's not why you're here, is it?
Well, anytime someone says Pokemon Gym Leader and Challenge in the same sentence, I magically appear in their video. It's a thing.
Well, William, since you're here, I thought I would take one of your most suggested challenge videos and take it upon myself and do it, because, since you suck.
What? How dare you? No. It's cool. Good luck. Maybe our paths will cross again. Who knows?
Hope not.
What was that?
What? Oh, I didn't hear anything. Well, buddy, I'll call you later to record some Gym Link. Drop me later on your channel. Link in the description, or at the very end of the video, you click the annotation.
Okay, man. Good luck.
So, like I was saying, I'll only be using the worst gym Pokemon in battle. No items in battle, and no other Pocket Monsters at all, unless it's to use Surf or other HMs. Since Staryu's an exclusive. But last but not least, I'll be starting the game with Growlithe as my starter thanks to the universal starter whatnot. But now, finally that's all out of the way,
let's just jump right into this.
Will, you gotta be kidding me, right?
Sorry, I couldn't resist.
We jump into the world of Monsters of the Pocket shortly after naming our hero and rival, William, since he ruined my intro. And we're off. I'd explain how we got to this point, but no, God! We choose our starter, the goodest boy Arcanine beats, and Will.I.Am chooses Squirtle. So it's not always sunshine and rainbows in Pallet Town. I beat him in a noobish battle and we're off to a great start. 0 deaths. A 0 death run maybe? Who knows? Yo, I'ma cut the right now. Cut the cheerful music. Growlithe doesn't even have Intimidate. I might as well throw the whole goddamn thing away. But for you guys, I think I'll soldier on. But in return, you guys better press like if you cry every time you see a Growlithe doesn't have Intimidate. I swiftly take care of Will and head to the forest real quick to go see the Great Deku Tree or whatnot, I don't know. But we do catch our second Pokemon, Pikachu, and with Growlithe and Pikachu, Brock's gym's gonna be a breeze, am I right, guys?
Wait, you have to name it Surge.
Will, why would I name the Pikachu Lieutenant Surge?
The rules?
Will you leave the video and never come back if I name this Pikachu in the Pokemon from now on after the gym leaders?
Fine. Yeah.
Well, say no more. It's done. Now that we have our second Pokemon, Japanese Mickey Mouse, we head to battle Brock and oh no. That's not me. That was the wrong footage. That's someone else. That's not me. I've never seen that before. Now that we're a little bit more prepared, we head off to battle Brock, and although we're at a massive disadvantage, good boy Arcanine Beats just bites some rock, earning us our first gym badge using gym on gym action. Like a kamikaze! We go through a gauntlet of trainers and head off to Mount Moon to pick up the only acceptable fossil. I also caught Brock, the Geodude. Named him Brock so you know that doesn't happen again. Off to the battle, Misty. 2 out of 3 of my Pokemon are completely useless in battle, but Lieutenant Surge, or Pika you, has more than enough voltage to land us our second gym badge. On to save Bill from being a furry, getting a ticket to Titanic, and rubbing the captain's back before he drives the boat to everyone's uncertainly waterly demise. So we take on Lieutenant Surge with, Lieutenant Surge. Lieutenant Surge opens up with his Voltorb, and we open up with Brock. After just 1 magnitude and 1 rock throw, his Voltorb goes down. He then goes into his Pokemon mascot, Pikachu, and we use magnitude missing because he used double team. We then go for another magnitude and miss yet again because of double team. But 3 rights make a wrong, and he pushes his luck with a third double team, and we finally hit him with magnitude, eventually taking the mascot out. He then goes into his final Pokemon Raichu, and I guess this guy just can't learn his lesson. He goes for double team yet again, and then quick attacks until we finally take him out with 3 magnitudes. And that's how you get rid of a few rats and a living beach ball. On to everyone's favorite Dark Cave, and eventually Lavender Town, where we hand WilliamxSwift an L and make our way to Erika, where Arcanine Beats puts in some major work and heats up the place. Even the old man outside said it looks hot inside afterwards. Wait a second. Oh god. And that's how you cut grass using pyrotechnic, kids. It's the safest and most effective way. You should make sure you use that at home. Please don't do this at home. It's clearly a joke. I don't want you to get sued. Off back to Lavender Town yet again after breaking into a casino and beating an evil organization and getting goggles that can see fucking ghosts. And we're only 10 years old! We save some old dude who's got a flute to wake up my buddy's ex-girlfriend, and bada boom bada bing, we're at Koga's. Oh yeah, I caught a Venonat, named it Sabrina, and hit the Safari Zone for Surf, Golden Teeth, and Giovanni. The Rhyhorn, duh. I had to actually catch 2 because I forgot to record it. Whoopsies! Time to take on Koga, and after battling some of his underlings, I realized the boys and girls aren't really ready to take on Kakashi Koga yet. So we go on to train the team, and Venonat evolves into a Venomoth, which will most likely be our best pocket monster in the run because it has the best possible moveset, typing, and it's our only evolved Pokemon on the team. We return to Koga and hand him that massive fat L. And now it's time to grab some sweet tea and head off to Sabrina after yet another run with the Pokemon Mafia and William Theater Boy Swift. You think she would have just saw the future and just handed us the badge. Sabrina opens up with her Kadabra, and we open up with Giovanni the Rhyhorn, who doesn't even have full health. But we end up taking the Kadabra out with just 1 Rock Blast. She goes on to send out her Mr. Mime, who ends up taking out Giovanni. We then go into Brock hoping to take out Mr. Mime with an Earthquake, but it lives with just 1 pixel of HP. She then goes on to heal it not once, but twice, and then takes Brock's life with a Psybeam, leading us to go into Lieutenant Surge and just taking out that last pixel of HP with a Quick Attack. She then goes into Venomoth, who I completely forget about it not being a flying type despite it learning Gust and having wings, just to be confused and then finally being taken out. So obviously I go into the MVP, Arcanine Beats, who takes out Venomoth with just 2 Embers. She then goes to her final Pokemon and best Pokemon, Alakazam, who is not even a single threat against Arcanine. We then go into Venomoth, who ends up taking Alakazam out after just 3 Leech Lives because Alakazam is too busy with the future and not the present. Now off for a little surf, we catch our second last Pokemon, Tangela the Erika. The Tangela. And I even ran out of balls and had to use the Master Ball, but why flippin' not, huh? After a short surf, we head to the abandoned Pokemon Mansion, get the keys to Blaine's gym, and catch Koga the Coughing. And spoiler alert, I ain't f***ing using him. Now it's time for Cue Ball Quiz Boy Blaine. Blaine opens up with his Growlithe, and we open up with our own Growlithe, Arcanine Beats. And clearly, Arcanine Beats is way better because we use Bite, and he goes for fire attacks, which are absorbed by our ability. Blaine even heals up his Growlithe a few times, but we still take him out with Arcanine Beats. He then goes into his My Little Ponyta, and we end up taking that out also with Arcanine Beats because it decides to just use Bounce. He then goes into his Rapidash, and although we do absorb his first fire attack because gym leaders never learn their lesson, we end up getting taken out by Stomp. But have no fear, the rest of the team is here. We go into Brock, and after just 1 Earthquake, Rapidash is no longer with us. He passed. He's gone. No 0 deaths for Blaine. He then goes into Arcanine, and his Arcanine actually has Intimidate, making Brock's Earthquake do less damage, and although he missed the first Fire Blast, we're ultimately taken out by the second. We then go into Giovanni, and although he can just barely survive a Fire Blast, he can't even take out Arcanine with a Rock Blast, and he lives with like 5 pixels of HP. Like, come on! So we just go into Pikachu, Lieutenant Surge, and do Quick Attack, and yay, we win. And ooh, that loss has definitely got to be the worst burn Blaine's ever had. You better get that burn heal out now, buddy. Almost worse than when you started balding in high school. We return to Viridian City to battle the Pokemon Godfather, Giovanni. Giovanni opens up with his Giovanni, and we open up with Tangela. And although we are 14 levels lower than his Rhyhorn, 1 Mega Train, boom, that thing gone. Adios. Giovanni then goes into her Nidoqueen, so we go into Sabrina, and after just 2 Side Beams, it's out of here. Next up is Giovanni's second Rhyhorn, and although this one's level 50, 1 Mega Drain still does the deal. Giovanni then goes into Nidoking, the king of solo Pokemon runs, and we go into Sabrina, and after just 2 Psybeams yet again, that thing gone. Time for Giovanni's last Pokemon, Dugtrio, and we go into Brock, and after we both hit each other with Earthquakes, Brock's a lot stronger and takes out Dugtrio in the end, and now we got them all. Got them all, baby! Like the other things you gotta collect all of, you know, nothing really comes to mind off the top of my head though. After possibly the most strategic, underleveled, and lucky play, we beat William right before the Elite Four in the final boss rush. You know what I mean by boss rush, you know, like in Mega Man, Shovel Knight, you know, all those games that show you how far you progressed through your journey and how strong you became? I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't really know where I was going with this. I quickly find out my team of misfit gym Pokemon are extremely weak to ice and very underleveled, so I return after vigorous training and take all my rare candies I found on the way. It's time for everyone's least favorite member of the Elite Four, Lorelei, and she goes for all reliable Dugong, and we start off with Lieutenant Surge, who by the way is level 69 now because it saved some rare candies just cuz. Luck is on our side and the first Thunder hits her Dugong, taking it out. One ice monster out of the way, and next up is Cloyster, and after its futile attempt to survive with Protect, we'd end up taking it out with just 1 Thunder. Next up is Slowbro, who ends up to meet the same fate as the 2 ice monsters before, getting hit by 1 Thunderbolt and ending its life. By Thunderbolt I mean the giant bolt of thunder named Thunder. Up next is Lapras, and it seems to be the first Pokemon strong enough to withstand a Thunder, hitting us with a Surf in return, almost taking out Lieutenant Surge. But we end up taking its final HP with just 1 Shockwave. Lorelei goes into her final Pokemon, Jinx, and I forget to change out my Pokemon, so I do have to switch in Arcanine Beats, and it takes an Ice Punch. Luckily, I don't get frozen, and the Overheat does get a critical, and we take out Lorelei's last Pokemon. Next up is Bruno, the Rock and Fighting Elite Four member, and he opens up with Onix, so we open up with our Tangela, and no Rock or Ground type Pokemon have any chances against our Tangela's Mega Drain. Bruno then opts in to use his Hitmonchan, who we take out with Sabrina after just 2 Psychics, making him to hit the emergency button and going into his strongest Pokemon, Hitmonchamp, who we end up putting asleep and then psyching it till it dies. Next up is Hitmon Bruce Lee, and we put that thing to sleep just in case and then psychic it, just take it out. Now unfortunately he has to use his last Pokemon, just the Snake of Rock, Onix, yet again, and we take it out the same as the last one, just 1 Mega Drain. Next up is Agatha, the Poison Elite member, and we open up with Sabrina while she opens up with her Gengar, and after just 1 crit Psychic, the Ghost is gone. She then goes into her Golbat, and after just yet another crit Psychic, should have bought a lottery ticket, we take it out. She then goes into Haunter, and just 1 Psychic without a crit is even enough to take that out. After Sabrina has done some major work, Agatha goes in for her last Gengar, who ends up putting our Sabrina to sleep, and then taking out with some Nightmares and Shadow Balls or whatnot. But have no fear, the rest of the team is here, and we go into Arcanine Beats, and although we do get put asleep on our first turn, we eventually hit it with the Flamethrower, and then finish it off with an Overheat. Next is Agatha's last Pokemon, Arbok, and honestly, I'm just realizing this now, she could basically be a Team Rocket member with all these Pokemon. She got the Golbat, she got the Arbok, but after 2 Overheats, it's just not enough to take out the Arbok due to it dropping our special attack after every hit, and Growlithe goes down. Still 0 deaths. Remembering how the Pokemon anime works, I brought in Pikachu and hit it with a Thunder to take it out just like Team Rocket. And now it's time for the final Elite Four member, Dragon Master himself.
Kaiba, I will never surrender to the likes of you.
No, it says actually Lance. Lance opens up with his first not dragon-type Pokemon, Gyarados, and we use Thunder with Pikachu, taking it out. Oh, but believe me, it only goes downhill from here. We then go into Brock the Geodude as Lance goes into his first Dragonair. Note that I said first Dragonair? Yeah, he's got a lot of these things. Luckily, he goes for Safeguard on his first turn, and we go for Earthquake, and just after another Earthquake, the first Dragonair goes down. On to Dragon Snake number 2, or kinda 3 actually if you want to count Gyarados. Brock is swiftly taken out by an Outrage. So we go into Sabrina, who sweeps things up with 2 Psychics. But Dragonair's daddy must be pretty mad because Dragonite is coming out next. So with Sabrina, we put Dragonite to sleep and then switch into Lieutenant Surge, hoping to hit a Thunder, but luckily the giant beast, or unluckily I guess actually, wakes up and takes Lieutenant Surge out before we can hit a Thunder. So back in yet again is Sabrina to put the giant dragon to sleep yet again, but this time Sabrina's gonna try to take it out with Psychics on its own, but the giant beast wakes up too quick again and takes us out with Wing Attack. So in to save the day is Arcanine Beats, and he dead. And it's not looking very good for our hero right now, we're running out of options. But we go into Tangela and use Toxic and Mega Drain, just barely stalling Dragonite out as we die as well. So now it's only 1v1 in Rust as Rhyhorn takes on Aerodactyl. Lance's Aerodactyl goes for a Wing Attack which barely even damages Rhyhorn, and I have some serious faith faith in the boy now. So we go for Rock Blast and just barely don't finish it off just so Lance can heal it up again. You know, the rich people problems. But eventually, after missing and having very bad Rock Blast, we eventually take him out, and we're finally ready to take on the Pokemon champion of the Elite Four, who is... William? You gotta be kidding me, right? That guy? That guy's the champion? Aw, man. Here we go again. William opens up with his Pidgeot, but we're ready for him with our Lieutenant Surge, who, strangely enough, actually, he kinda named. His giant bird is no match for Lieutenant Surge after just 2 shockwaves takes him out, leading us to go into Tangela as he goes into his Rhydon. Rhydon doesn't stand a single chance, though, against 1 Mega Drain, cause like I told you, Mega Drain takes out everything in its sight that's rock and ground. William then goes into his Arcanine, so I go into Giovanni, and after just the first Flamethrower, we are burned and our attack gets sliced in half, so Rock Blast does nearly nothing to him, and he follows up with the second Flamethrower that takes Giovanni right out. Next up is Brock, and after just 1 Earthquake and a Flamethrower, we're barely both alive, but he does outspeed us and takes us out next turn after healing. But next up is Arcanine Beats, who shows Arcanine just who's the best boy. After William's Arcanine goes for extreme speed and Arcanine Beats survives just barely, we take him out with a takedown. Oh god, that was a tongue twister. Arcanine Beats, and takedown, extreme speed, and plus I can't read. William then goes for old reliable Blastoise, and we go into Tangela, and he just won't let this Blastoise die, man. Like seriously, he heals this thing up twice, and we barely just take it out every time, so it's not very fair, but he takes out Tangela. So we just throw in Lieutenant Surge to clean things up like always, and he hits him with the Shockwave. Next up is William's Alakazam, and just like Sabrina, he's actually too busy with dealing with the future attacks and not the present, so Pikachu, or Lieutenant Surge as William named it, takes it out with Slam. And we're finally down to William's last Pokemon, Exeggutor, and obviously we gotta go into the best boy of all time, Arcanine Beats, to end things. It's just the right way to do it. Plus he's got a type advantage, can you blame me? Or should I say blame me? And then, for some reason, I decide to go for Flamethrower instead of Overheat, like any other reasonable human being would do, and get taken out by an egg. An egg! Just noticing this now, actually, William actually almost has the exact same team he beat this game with in his first challenge ever. Who would have thought? So, to finish things off, we're going to Sabrina and use Leech Life just to barely not take it out so that William can heal it again. You know, because I'm getting real tired of this healing thing, you know? It's not fair. I thought I set the rules. No items. But eventually, after many Leech Lives later and getting put asleep and having a small anxiety attack, we eventually wake up and finish off Exeggutor and become Pokemon champions. And we did it! We beat the game! We beat the game with only the weakest gym Pokemon. Something that even Will wouldn't even attempt.
Wait, what fossil did you pick?
No. No, you told me you left. You told me you were gone. Not like this, Will. Not like this. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to hit the like and subscribe and watch more of my YouTube videos down below, like my clock tower video, or maybe even my room tour, or various other Pokemon challenges that I've made in the past that people seem to like for some reason. Also, don't forget to check out William's channel in the description, where me and him are still going through a challenge with the Gym Aces in a Nuzlocke Soul Link thing. But as always, I've been R9. Make sure you have yourselves a good time.